it's been 25 years since a ruling that essentially resegregated schools in Charlotte.
Queen City News anchor Julian Chambers shares the story of those who were critical in fighting for a quality education for black students.
And I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
Separate but equal, or so they said. For more than 100 years, schools in America were segregated based on race. In Charlotte, that was no different. However, in 1954, everything would change with the decision of Brown versus Board of Ed. And although they didn't know it at the time, the Queen City would play a major role in what desegregated schooling would look like post-Brown. But it wouldn't come without a fight.
But it was hard for me to understand that people could treat people that way, the way they treated me.
Over 3 years after the landmark decision, Charlotte would finally integrate. 4 black students enrolling in previously all-white schools. The most famous of them, Dorothy Counts-Scoggins. The pictures from that day say 1,000 words. Dorothy and family friend Dr. Reginald Hawkins walking heads held high towards Harding High School, a white mob surrounding them, hurling racial slurs and objects in their direction. Almost 70 years later, the memory just as vivid as the day it happened.
There was an adult who was telling the girls to spit on me. How can an adult do that to another individual? And all of that was because my skin was different than theirs.
As Counts-Scoggins says, her time at Harding was brief. Over a week's time, she would continue to endure hateful comments and looks and people spitting in her food to the point where she had to go home for lunch. But things finally hit ahead.
That was the day that, as I was proceeding to leave, that a blackboard eraser I was hit in the back with a blackboard eraser and a sharp object in the back of my head, standing in the hallway.
That night, her father would call police asking if they could guarantee her safety. When they said they couldn't, the decision was made to pull her out of Harding.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, at first, it made me feel as if I was a failure.
The failure wasn't hers. It was Charlotte's, as many whites in the city fought against something they thought threatened their way of life. But over a decade later, an up-and-coming civil rights attorney by the name of Julius Chambers, along with his team, which included a young James Ferguson, would take that fight to court.
Fortunately, the case was before Judge James McMillan, who himself had no background in desegregation, but was open to listening to the facts of the case. In fact, Judge McMillan used to say that he came to this case not expecting to enter the order that he did.
All I was doing was what I thought the law required and what humanity required.
Swan versus Mecklenburg County built off of the Brown versus Board of Ed ruling. By law, Brown allowed for schools to be desegregated. The question now was how to actually do that. At the time, roughly 14,000 black students attended CMS schools that were at least 99% black. Chambers, along with his team, convinced Judge McMillan the way to fix that was busing.
He recognized that, and he entered an order saying that the same mechanisms that had been used to preserve segregation would have to be used to bring about desegregation.
But just like with Dorothy Counts-Scoggins at Harding, when a certain way of life was threatened, Charlotte fought back.
I'm full of that. I'll never forget that morning when I got a call from Vivian Chambers, Chambers' wife, saying, Fergie, we just heard the office is on fire.
For Chambers, this was nothing new. His home and car had been bombed before. But now Ferguson saw it firsthand.
Sure enough, the office was up in flames, and my heart just sunk when I saw that. This nice office that Chambers had put together with a contractor here named Malachi Green. And right before my eyes, it was burning down.
Unlike the law office, the Swan ruling would stand. And busing would make Charlotte the model for the South and in many ways the nation for meaningful desegregation of schools. However, not all of Judge McMillan's rulings in Swan were seen through. Part of it called for schools to be built in areas between black and white neighborhoods that would allow for natural desegregation.
But that never became a reality. There may have been one or two midpoint schools that were actually built in Charlotte-Mecklenburg, but for the most part, we have continued to build schools in racially segregated communities.
Busing would end in 2001, the same way it started, by a court order. Since then, Charlotte's schools have, for the most part, resegregated. At Harding High School, where Dorothy Counts-Scoggins once was the only black face, now there's hardly a white one. Of the 1,234 students enrolled, just 26 identify as white, a sign that those who fought to desegregate say shows plenty of work still needs to be done.
To get to where we are now, my hope is that we will be able to get to where we were before, when children in Charlotte were getting a world-class education.
It's something we have to do if we ever become the nation that we say we are, which is a nation of equality and opportunity for all people. We're not there yet.